This is literally just going to be a highlight of the live stream that Call of Duty did on the worldwide reveal of Call of Duty World War II, and it is actually amazing. It's better than I thought it was going to be, and yeah, it's just sick.
Brotherhood, the camaraderie, the guy next to me.
We've gone to great pains to create those authentic battles. One of the biggest things we wanted to get across was a sense of camaraderie.
Welcome to the bloody first.
Art influences the game in a huge way. The lighting and the tonality and the colors. We want to be able to have the player feel something.
I was just holding a flamethrower.
We call dark and beautiful. It was emotionally dark, visually beautiful, more deeper emotional reaction to the game.
Weapons, vehicles, the tanks.
A combination of the model, the animation, and the audio creates that punchiness to the weapon.
We record everything. Every location we record in for the game. The ambiences, the music, the dialogue, everything has to be created from scratch. We had a real opportunity here to do a level of authenticity and reality true to the war, true to the soldiers who fought in that war, authentic World War II weaponry. This is a story that's bigger than all of us. This is a whole new generation who might not have a lot of experience with this time period. I think this is a great opportunity to have them experience that and feel that.
You know, I've been making games for over 26 years. And I'll tell you, it's the best game we ever made.
Call of Duty is going back to its roots.
We spent 2.5 years researching, studying, taking thousands of photos, watching documentaries, and meeting with World War II veterans. We visited museums, driven vehicles, fired weapons, and used photogrammetry techniques to capture even the tiniest details.
Yeah, that's right. Look, we've gone to great lengths to follow in the footsteps of the soldiers of war. From the English Channel to the hedgerows of northern France, through Luxembourg and Belgium and past the old city of Aachen, frankly, all the way to the Rhine. And it was great. We dug deep into the historical battle locations where many of the soldiers fought and sacrificed.
You talk about history, you talk about the accuracy. Am I right in thinking you had a historian working on this? In fact, we saw him, didn't we?
We
in
did.
That mini-doc.
Yeah, we certainly of soldiers on the front line. And so with him as a cornerstone of our research, and a tremendous sort of asset to the team, he's really helped us capture the Call of Duty World War II returns to that grounded, fast action gameplay that the franchise was built on. And for us, the core Call of Duty experience, like the conflict of World War II, really puts an emphasis now on rewarding gun skill and strategy. And with an all-new boots-on-the-ground experience that immerses players in the intense combat of World War II like never before, we're bringing some great new innovations too.
What kind of weapons will we be seeing in Call of Duty World War II?
Empty M1 Garand to STG-44. These guns have a real weight to them that is really visceral. Automatic weapons symbolize the brutality of World War II more than the belt-fed MG42, with a terrifyingly powerful weapon. There's the bold action rifles of World War II and the singular damage that they could inflict in combat. M1903, equipped with scopes or iron sights, these are frankly pretty precise. And of course, 45 caliber grease gun running around in spray and pray mode, you know.
Vehicles crashing into the shore. We're targeting the most realistic gaming experience possible.
What locations are we going to be fighting in?
In the European theater between 1944 and 1945. Players will storm the beaches of Normandy on D-Day, through the Hurtgen Forest, engage in urban combat through France and Belgium, push towards Germany.
Yeah, that's right. And we want to showcase how ordinary men and women came together to accomplish the extraordinary. And while the story follows the 1st Infantry Division, Major Crowley from the SOE, now he's a UK Intel officer who earns recognition for his heroism earlier in the war.
So, the powerful female leader of the French resistance who forms a close bond with all our cast members, cast of characters, Private Red Daniels, a young recruit who is seeing some of his first real action in the invasion of Normandy. Usman, a Jewish-American private.
And Jeffrey Pierce, who plays Lieutenant Turner. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. And it's great to have the cast.
It's usually one take, you get one take right and you move on to the next scene. Well, he kept screwing it up and taking another. Can I get one more?
We had to get it right.
I just need one more.
Very important to get it right.
Starting to wonder
authenticity. We're back to visceral authenticity. And he can't, hit somebody who's 6'4" every day without repercussions. So I took my licks where I could.
I appreciate your dedication to the craft.
Yeah. I just don't like that take. Let's do it one more time. We've got Iron Bar. We're actually watching on the screen right now. We're watching your characters. What is it like watching yourself back? Having gone there, we saw the punch. And what is it like watching yourself back in a game at this point? Because obviously you've done TV, you've done films, but watching yourself in the game.
What can you tell us about multiplayer today?
First and foremost, we're talking boots on the ground combat. And, that well-balanced Call of Duty run-and-gun action in a brutal and visceral head-to-head conflict of World War II. We've got war, an asymmetrical allied versus Axis mode where factions fight to capture or defend critical objectives. Now, this mode changes map design, strategy, teamwork. We're really excited about its potential. We're also excited about Divisions. Divisions is a fundamentally new way to approach your Call of Duty multiplayer career, and it adds to the player immersion by allowing players to enlist in a specific unit of their choice. And finally, we have Headquarters. This is something special, everybody, at Sledgehammer Games, and it's the first of a kind for the Call of Duty community. It's really a living space where fans can connect, be rewarded, compete, show off, and have fun outside of matches. It's a transformation of how the community comes together, and we really want you to see it to understand it. So just a tiny peek here. Let's take a look.
Oh my god. This is pretty much the tower from Destiny, but it's in Call of Duty, and look at how many people there is. And it looks like these two people are level 55, they both got different clothing on, so I'm guessing 55 is the level you get to before you prestige again. But oh my god, there's like vehicles moving through this social space. This is massive, there's so much stuff here. And maybe they're gonna copy the tower from Destiny. They're gonna add quest lines or bounties or some kind of thing for there to be a reason why there is a social space.
That was a tiny peek. I want more.
That was a little tinier than I expected, OJ.
What can you tell us about this co-op mode?
Our first horror game in years, and we're really, really psyched about it. It's the story of the Third Reich's desperate attempt to create an army in the final stages of the war.
This day is set upon a mighty endeavor. Souls will be shaken with the violences of war. In this hour of great sacrifice, we shall prevail. Get your head down and keep moving!
We are all that separates the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We cannot, we must not fail.
Duty first.
Perez! Won't be enough for you! How many casualties? We executed the mission. Get me the fuck out of here. How many? We had orders! Get to cover!
Lieutenant, tell them what we're all about.
No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too great.
Welcome to the Bloody First. You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
journey is very much kind of 1945, 1944 through Europe from D-Day.
I mean, we saw some of the D-Day landings in the trailer, which looks harrowing and horrible. And they've also spoken about the Battle of the Bulge, the liberation of Paris. And then I heard the Rhine was mentioned. And, you know,
we're going into the multiplayer stuff. We're starting with headquarters.
Yeah.
For me, I thought this was one of the coolest things. This is like a social space. So this is where you can almost come and hang out beforehand. I want to know a little bit more, and I think this is. I'm going to try and push Glenn and Michael to give me a bit more later on as well.
Exactly. Imagine if we got the opportunity to actually.
Well, they said sneak peek, and it was like the sneakiest peek ever. I mean, it was like looking through a little crack.
I actually missed it. Yeah, I loved it.
You were right,
I turned away.
The time. But I mean, it's pretty amazing. That's like a completely new innovation for Call of Duty.
Visions, right?
I will tell you my line about divisions. So this basically allows you to take on, funnily enough, different divisions. For example, you could take infantry, or you could take being in the armored division. However, it will impact your MP progression.
Yeah, this is such a huge thing on Call of Duty, so it's really interesting that there's this like a mode that's going to kind of change the way that you progress through the online system. One of them's called War. It's a new mode called War. Can you tell us, and what are the details on War, Holly?
I will tell you the details on War mode. This is narrative driven. So the idea here is the players take part in some of the iconic World War II battles, the Allied versus the Axis forces, but this time you're in teams and you're fighting for strategic objectives.
Nazi zombies.
There we go.
You know a little bit about the story, right, Holly?
Yeah, the idea is Third Reich, they're getting desperate, so they've turned to the crazy science, which has created Nazi zombies.
Yeah,
so we know the beta is coming, but we can tell you that you will be playing it first on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, that's right. That's great. There's some PlayStation fans in the audience.
Right, well,
You know, and really across the whole game, single player, multiplayer, zombies.
one question I really want to ask, and that is about headquarters. So, obviously...
You said you were going to grill us. Is this it?
Well, I've got a minute, so probably not.
Okay,
but can you really give us some kind of details? What do we do in this space? Now, we've seen other online shooters with social spaces, and you can visit vendors, and you can interact with your friends. What are you actually bringing with headquarters?
But what I can tell you, E3 is going to be huge for us, right? But I will tell you, headquarters is a big deal. Headquarters is really a big innovation that we've put a lot of time into at the studio. We're calling it the off the front lines experience. There's so much great community of Call of Duty fans out there, and we want to provide a way for them to be rewarded, to compete, to be recognized, to show off, and to be social. So there'll be fun new things you can do only in headquarters. I think I lost my mic.
Are you good?
And a bunch of ways to really engage in the community in ways you haven't done before.